So it feels colder than that. It feels like temperature is 43. It's a 20-mile-an-hour wind out of the north, which, Blake, means in this ballpark, going to be hard to hit home runs today.
It is. Normally that wind kind of carries it to the right field corner. Excited to see that at 320 now, by the way.
Yeah, that's a little shorter than when you were swinging the bat here.
Yeah.
It's in 10 feet from a year ago.
I think I would have had like 10 more homers if it was.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. Yeah, playing a little smaller for the lefty hitters now. Or as the case with Drew Dickerson last night, the righties with opposite field power.
I think this will definitely play different. It's got an SEC feel to it. Can't wait for the sod to come in and everything like that.
You like the look of the wall and everything?
I do. I really do. Kind of opens it up, allows that seating area to bring people in instead of sitting so far away from the wall and stuff like that. I'm happy that we got our Section 405 in last year because it's not coming back, right?
Right. Yeah, it's not coming back. We're going to do more renovations in the outfield after this season, but we will play this season without Section 405. I saw some people asking about that last night. The bullpens out there are in the way of where Section 405 used to be. But you've noticed it's 405 to center field.
Nice.
We're still keeping the game day weather update brought to you by Oklahoma's own News 9. Outfield for Oklahoma for this one looks like this. Alec Blair in left, Jason Walk in center, and Nolan Stevens in right. On the infield, it's Camden Johnson at third, Jackson Willits at short, Kyle Branch at second, Connor Larkin at first, Brendan Brock, the backstop for L.J. Mercurius, who completes his final warm-up pitch, and we're set for baseball. Sun is shining. Can't find a cloud. It's just chilly, and the fans, smartly, most of them have sought out the sunshine to try to help them stay warm, although there's not much of it to be found right now.
I got 3 hand warmers on the field right now, Toby. See if those add up throughout the day.
Well, our home plate umpire, I believe, is waiting for us, and we're ready, so let's get going. Emilio Feliciano, the leadoff man for the Eagles. He was 1 for 3 with the 1 run scored last night for Coppin State. That was in the top of the first inning. First pitch from Mercurius to the plate is a fastball strike, and we're underway. First pitch at 2:03 Central Time. 93-mile-an-hour fastball from LJ. The 0-1. Another fastball strike at 94. It's 0-2. 12 strikeouts, 2 walks for Mercurius against the Pokes last week. Gets a swing and a foul ball here to stay alive, does Feliciano. The dimensions, 330 down the left field line, 320 down the right field line. 405 straightaway center. It's about 370 straightaway right as Mercurius bounces one. 380 straightaway left. And the corners, the far left center, far right center field, 410. That's the deepest part of the park here at Kimry Family Stadium. The 1-2 pitch to Feliciano is popped up toward right. Nolan Stevens in after it. He'll fight that north wind, but he's got it for out number 1.
Really clean first at bat for Mercurius. Heavy with the fastball, sitting at 94. Bounced the slider up there late, ends up getting the pop-up. Good first at bat.
Pedro Augusto now, left fielder, 0 for 3 last night. He's tied with Feliciano for team-high batting average at 286. This is just the 3rd game of the year for Coppin State. Ground ball back to the mound. Mercurius tried to barehand it, missed it. Willits backing him up, though, and he guns him down for out number 2.
This is just what you're used to with Jackson Willits in his tenure at Oklahoma. That's an athletic play up the middle. Slow roller, stays with his feet, makes a really good throw to first base.
I'm going to guess that LJ is encouraged when he gets back to the dugout not to try to grab the ball with his bare hand next time it comes back at him. Fortunately, he missed. 2 outs for Noah Hogan. Left-handed hitter takes a ball outside. Hogan 0 for 2 last night. 0 for 6 with 2 runs batted in the year so far. And he's ahead in the count here, 2 balls and no strikes. big new batter's eye in the center field with the American flag, the state of Oklahoma flag, and the OU flags all blowing in and toward the right field foul pole. 3 balls and no strikes to Hogan.
I think I can see the batter's eye from my house, Toby.
It's big. Much, much bigger than. And we're curious, facing his first lefty, having a hard time finding the zone so far. Needs a strike here. The 3-0. And it's in there. Took a little off. 92, 3-1. Five and 0 Oklahoma Sooners. Here's the pitch. Strike 2 called. Leading the SEC in runs per game, the Oklahoma Sooners, averaging 12.8. They have scored in double digits in every game this year so far. 22 last night. Here's the payoff. And it's low and in. He walked him. First base runner for the Eagles, a 2-out walk of Noah Hogan.
LJ's heavy with the fastball this inning, as you kind of should be. Just got behind in that account, falling down 3-0. Did a nice job trying to spot that up on the inside. Just a ball out.
Nelson Grajales Vasquez had the RBI in the first inning last night for Coppin State. He was 1 for 3. DH last night, catcher today. Fouls the first pitch back to the screen. He wears number 99. 200 hitter. He's 1 for 5 on the year. Junior out of Odenton, Maryland. Coppin State's from Baltimore, Maryland. Fouled back, 0-2. Hogan at first, 2 outs in the top of the first. No balls and 2 strikes to Grajales Vasquez. Here it comes. And it's fouled out of play off to the right. Big weekend on campus. KJ Kindler's women's gymnastics team wins the big 1-versus-2 showdown last night over LSU. Softball, baseball. We got men's and women's basketball. Saturday and Sunday. Just outside with a fastball, 1-2. Men tonight against Texas A&M at 7:30. That's Buddy Hield night tonight. And then the women get Tennessee tomorrow afternoon here. That'll be a big one, too. Here's the 1-2. Pulled foul. He went breaking ball, and Grajales Vasquez way out in front. So after 2 quick outs of Feliciano and Augusto, Hogan and Grajales Vasquez making LJ work a bit here in the top of the first. Another 1-2. Fouled back again. Went back to the fastball.
Grajales really timed up to the fastball on this at bat, doing a nice job of battling with 2 strikes.
This is low with the off-speed pitch. 2 balls and 2 strikes. LJ, the SEC co-pitcher of the week. Tomorrow we'll see the co-freshman of the week. Cord Rager gets the Sunday start for OU. Oh, boy. Fastball right over the plate. Must have been low. Full count. That split the plate in half.
Yeah, it had to have been low.
Hogan will be off with the pitch from first here with 2 outs as Larkin moves behind him. Here's the payoff. 2-out walks by Mercurius. And the Eagles have 2 aboard. Missed by much on either of those final 2 pitches.
At first inning of work, you're trying to find out where the umpire's zone's located. Understand where you can and can't go later in the game. It's a little bit out of sorts in this first inning.
Angel Garcia now, first baseman, 0 for 2 last night. And he takes a first pitch strike. Big lead at second for Noah Hogan. Coppin State scored their only run last night in the top of the first inning, trying to do it again today. Garcia 1 for 3 on the season with 1 run batted in. The 0-1 is strike 2 called. Of course, LJ's little brother on this pitching staff as well. He's a freshman. Xander Mercurius was the first reliever of the season out of the OU bullpen last Friday night. Or last Friday morning, I should say. The 0-2 comes up and in. It hit something. I think it hit the bat of Garcia. And it's a foul ball. It'll remain 0-2. We'll see if Skip maybe stacks Mercurii today.
How long did you work on that one?
I just made it up on the spot. Multiple Mercuriuses is a Mercurii, I believe. Another 0-2. And got a piece. Foul ball that caught a piece of Brendan Brock, the Sooner catcher. And what looked like it could be a very quick top of the first has turned into a rather lengthy one here.
The Eagles lineup has done a nice job of fouling tough pitches off. Good eye by Grajales Vasquez working the walk. Noah Hogan before him.
First and second, 2 outs. No balls and 2 strikes. Mercurius versus Garcia. Here it comes. Got him, swinging. Climbed the ladder a bit with the fastball. And that ends the inning. First strikeout for LJ. Strands a pair. Sooners grabbing the bats for the first time when we come back in Norman. No score. This is Sooner Baseball from Learfield. In left, Noah Hogan in center and Bryce Thompson in right. Infield has Sundar at third, Sanders at short, Feliciano at second, Garcia at first, Grajales Vasquez the catcher, and a left-hander, Nico Holland. Supposed to be a left-hander, but it looks like to me he's a right-hander. Yeah, he's a right-hander. I've been making a big deal for 2 days about OU facing their first lefty because that's what it says on their roster. Sure enough, he's a right-hander. So Sooners still not facing a lefty starter.
Wonder if it was right on the scouting report. Skip down there like, hey, he's supposed to be a lefty.
I don't know. You never know with some of these non-con teams. We're lucky to get a roster sometimes. Strike 1 to Jason Walk. So it's a right-hander. The 6th straight right-hander the Sooners have faced, starting pitching-wise. Jason, 2 walks, 2 runs scored last night. Batting just 182 early in the year. Looks at one outside. 2 for 11, has drawn 4 walks. Batting from the left side against the right-handed pitching Nico Holland. The 1-1. Fly ball, right center field, well hit. Thompson back at the warning track, makes a running catch. In deep right center field for out number 1. Gave it a ride.
Yeah, it's a good swing. A little bit out in front of that. That wind from the north is going to kill that. Really good job by the right fielder tracking that ball down all the way to the gap.
Yeah, it might be a home run here in a month or so. The end of this homestand, that ball might carry out of here. Here's Camden Johnson. Wichita State transfer, also walked twice and scored twice last night. He looks at a first pitch strike at 88. Camden hitting .389, 1 homer. His 11 runs scored is second most in the SEC. That's outside, 1-1. You're going to like watching this kid run if he gets aboard, Blake.
Looks athletic.
Yeah, the John Spikerman comparisons have been used by the OU coaching staff speed-wise. Inside, 2-1. 4 for 4 in stolen base attempts. He and Brendan Brock both 4 for 4 through the first 5 games. Ahead in the count here, 2 balls and a strike. And it's grounded foul. Between the legs?
Yes, sir. Started this game early.
Get it out of the way in the first, yeah. Nico Holland had 2 innings of relief against Mount St. Mary's on Tuesday night. Had 1 strikeout, 1 walk, did not give up a run. 2-2 to Johnson is outside, full count. Sooners took 14 walks last night against Eagles pitching. Here's the payoff, and it's fouled back. OU number 2 in the SEC in that category, walks drawn. They have 44 of them now on the year. They have the third best batting average. Keep in mind as I go over some of these stats where the Sooners are early in the year in the conference, that they have played fastball just in off the plate, and they got their first base runner. Sooners have the batting average. They are number 2 in walks. They are number 2 in stolen bases. And they are number 1 in the SEC in runs per game at 12.8. Brendan Brock now hitting .438. He was 1 for 2 with 2 runs batted in last night. And he takes a strike. We'll see if Camden Johnson, you would think, would be off and running. OU stole 4 bases on him last night without being caught. And the Eagles haven't thrown out a guy yet this year. 11 for 11 against him. Strike 2 to Brock. Crowd murmuring a bit. Brock 1 homer, 7 driven in. He's doubled twice. Grand slam on opening day as the throw goes to first. Different catcher for Coppin than they had last night. So the 4 bases Oklahoma stole last night was against A.J. Hurtado as Brock fouls one over the press box. OU softball trying to rally in the 7th. They were down 6-2 to Long Beach State. It's now 6-4, and they've got 2 on and 2 out, trying to avoid their second defeat of the season. Swung on, lifted into high right field. Bryce Thompson calling for it, and he's got it, 2 away. Camden Johnson retreats, and it'll be up to Jackson Willits.
Tough it back for Brock. Trying to figure out the zone early in the game, gets down 0-2, and then just loses the barrel on a fastball low.
Sooners scored in every inning. They scored multiple runs in every inning last night. Going to need a 2-out rally to score in the first inning today. Camden Johnson at first as Blake Brewster just tried to throw our very expensive microphone out the window. What are you doing over there?
That's my way of saying you picking the crack.
Runner goes, throw down to second, glances off the glove of the shortstop into right field, and Camden Johnson's up, and he scampers to third base. Stolen base, his 5th of the year, and then the error, we'll see who they pin it on. Maybe the shortstop. I don't know that it was that bad of a throw. But he did not catch it cleanly, and so Camden Johnson at third base. The pitch was a strike. It's 0-1 to Willits.
Really good jump by Johnson right there, putting pressure on the base pass, getting scoring position with 2 outs here.
Outside. Sooners also near the top of the league in some pitching statistics early on. They have the 5th best ERA, 2.63. They have allowed the 2nd fewest home runs. They've only given up 1 home run so far this year, OU. Willits takes one low and in, 2-1.
Barfield, right?
Barfield gave up 1 to New Mexico State, of all people. Texas has not yet allowed 1. And OU has the 2nd best batting average against on the mound. Opponents hitting just 163 against them. 2-1 to Willits. And that gets to the backstop, and here comes Camden Johnson. He'll score. 1-0 OU.
Speed of Johnson really sets that up. Be able to take the extra 90 feet on the overthrow, allowing that pass ball to score him right there. Great job.
3 balls and a strike to count to Willits with 2 outs and nobody on now. And the pitch is high ball 4. Second walk of the inning for Nico Holland. It has gone final out at the Mary Nutter Classic, and the Sooners have fallen. Long Beach State beats them 6-4. They'll play Cal a little bit later on today. Nolan Stevens now 1 for 1 with 2 runs batted in before being lifted last night. He also drew a walk, hitting .200 on the year with 5 RBI. And he looks at strike 1, an off-speed pitch that flutters up there at 75 miles an hour.
Tell you what, I'm happy to see this guy in a Sooner uniform. Last year came into Norman with Mississippi State, just was mesmerized by the way they played right field. Really takes a positive approach at the plate. It's a really good get.
Ground ball left side, and it'll get through. A base hit. Slapped it the other way between short and third. Willits will stop at second. There's the first hit of the day for Oklahoma. And they've got 2 on with 2 out.
Gets jammed a little bit right there, but uses the whole field, finds a 6-hole for the first hit of the day.
Alec Blair. Alec Blair, great in relief last night. Went 2 for 2, walked twice, and drove in 3. A bases clearing double late in the game. The freshman getting his second start, swings and misses at a fastball. Blair hitting .500. He's 3 for 6 on the year with 5 runs batted in. He has walked 3 times as well. 6'6" left-handed hitter. The 0-1. Wide outside corner there, 0-2.
I don't think he liked that either. That's a tough pitch. Pitcher's pitch right on the corner. Right after just missing a fastball to be that.
Willits at second, Stevens at first. And Holland will step off and bluff a throw to second base. Willits back in easily. Sooners lead it 1-0 here in the bottom of the first. A wild pitch allowed Camden Johnson to score. The 0-2. Called strike 3, and that pitch looked worse than the one before it. And the inning is over. First strikeout for Nico Holland. Sooners score 1, leave 2. We head to the second. It's 1-0 Sooners on Saturday.
So cheer along with the Sirius XM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere.
Swing and a miss, he struck around.
Get a free trial at SiriusXM.com/College Sports Radio 2025.
At Toyota, we don't just build trucks. We build something that's meant to last. That's why the 2026 Tundra is built to tough it out and to take it easy. Built to carry tradition and to make new ones. Built stronger, built louder, built here. The 2026 Toyota Tundra. Built in Texas, driven everywhere. Test drive at your local Toyota dealer or visit Toyota.com today. Toyota, let's go places. Feature availability differs based on trim. See Toyota.com for details.
University of Oklahoma and Sooner Sports Properties would like to thank our concession partners: Anheuser-Busch, Fletcher's Original Corny Dogs, Coca-Cola, Frito-Lay, The Baked Bear, Taco Mayo, Wonderful, and Boomerang Diner. 1-0 OU, second inning. Keenan Harvey, the DH, leading off for Coppin State. And he takes strike 1 from L.J. Mercurius. Harvey started last night's game at first base. He's the DH today. Swings and misses at that one. It's 0-2. Harvey was 0 for 1 last night, 1 for 4 on the year with a double. 6'5" right-handed hitter. And now time is called as Harvey was not quite ready. And Mercurius is asked to step back. Now everybody's ready for the 0-2. Check swing, but he went too far. That's a strikeout. 2 in a row for LJ, and there's 1 gone in the second.
Really good finish pitch right here. Fastball up, 92. Kind of worked him backwards right there. Starts off with a changeup, then goes heat from there. Good sequence.
Pranav Sundar now, the third baseman, 0 for 3 last night. Hitting 143 on the year, 1 for 7. He takes a first pitch strike. Mercurius peppering the zone with fastball so far here in the second. Strike 2 call. Jason Walk playing Sundar in center field to hit it the other way. He's over in the right center field alley. Working quickly, the 0-2 is fouled back. Another fastball. Got him swinging. 3 in a row for LJ, and there's 2 gone in the second.
Plays this about a little bit different. Fastball early, then goes to the slider late for the strikeout. 86, got some bite to it.
Bryce Thompson, right fielder, 0 for 1 last night. 0 for 4 on the season. Strike 1 call. I mean, he's just pumping it in there now.
Yeah, I think he went in the dugout and said, I'm going to throw it right down the middle.
Breaking ball, strike 2.
Right back up on the bump.
Yeah, he's ready to go.
Back to work.
Catch and shoot. The pitch. Got him swinging. Wow. What an inning, 2 for 22. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Game 2, it's OU 1, Coppin State nothing. This is Sooner Baseball from Learfield.
Coach Stoops here for Van Hoos. If you want to work with the best local fence company and get championship service, contact my friend Mark and the Van Hoos Fence.
For all things college baseball, including live games and talk, tune into SiriusXM College Sports Radio, Channel 84, and streaming on the SiriusXM app. Sooners lead at 1-0. Bottom of the second, Drew Dickerson leading off. And the first pitch is lifted down the right field line, but the wind's going to carry that onto the berm. Foul for strike 1. Dickerson did last night what he did in the Chapel Hill Regional multiple times last year. That's homer the other way. Right-handed hitter here with big power everywhere. But when he lets that ball travel, as they say, launches it to right, he really finds his groove as he takes a ball outside.
Yeah, his bat control is up there, almost a pro level. Really takes a good approach at the plate. I've always liked watching this kid play.
A part of that very deep Oklahoma outfield. And he rockets that one to right field. Thompson's back, looks up, and that's gone. A screamer. I'm not sure that ever got more than 12 feet off the ground, as Drew Dickerson has homered for the second time in as many days, and it's 2-0 OU.
He's got the boys doing handstands in the bullpen. You're right, Toby. That was a 2-iron. It's a slider over the middle of the plate, keeps his hands back, and just pokes it.
I love the ability to see into the bullpen, because the bullpen always has some antics going on as Connor Larkin swings and misses at the first pitch he sees. And before they were down the left field line, and from where we sit, you couldn't always tell what they were doing, but somebody did a handstand out there?
We had 2 handstands. I'm counting 54 hugs at this point. A lot of hand slapping.
1 ball and 1 strike to Larkin.
I would have loved to have been a bullpen guy.
Yeah, you would have been a good one. Breaking ball just misses the outside corner. Larkin 1 for 2 with a walk and 3 in relief last night. And gets his first start of the year today. Freshman out of Colorado takes strike 2. The Gatorade Colorado Player of the Year last year. Here's the 2-2. Way high and outside. Full count. Home run number 2 for Dickerson. That ties him with Trey Gamble for team high honors. And it's Oklahoma's 8th of the year. 2-2. And he walked him. Balls 3 and 4, neither within 3 feet of the strike zone. Third walk for Nico Holland.
Now back to the center. Second baseman number 6, Kyle Branch.
Kyle Branch now.
Forgot to mention that Dickerson's home run would have been a double last year.
You think so?
Yes.
It didn't get out by much. Branch takes a strike on the outside corner. Off to a bit of a slow start. Batting 200, Kyle did homer against TCU. Had only 2 home runs last year, and one of those 2 last year was an inside the Parker. And he hit it out of Globe Life Field last Sunday. Throw goes to first base. Larkin dives back in safely. Well, we were talking about how much lefties are going to like right field. So far, the 2 home runs that have been hit have been from a right-handed hitter, Drew Dickerson.
He's thanking the Board of Regents right now. He's on the phone with them.
Ball and a strike. You think the Board of Regents decided to bring the fence in 10 feet?
Yeah. That's the way my mind works. Yeah.
You think that decision got all the way to the
Yeah.
Board of Regents,
Yeah.
huh?
It's a lot of red tape, Toby.
Yeah, you might be right. The 1-1. High and away. 2 balls and a strike. Next on the agenda, thinking about moving the right field fence in 10 feet. All in favor?
Next week, seat backs.
2 balls and a strike to Branch. And inside, ball 3. Top of the order, Jason Walk on deck. Oklahoma has now scored in 8 consecutive innings against Coppin State. All 6 last night. First 2 today. Swing and a miss. Full count.
It's a good swing there. Goes 3-1 change up. I think I'm okay with it.
Larkin an average lead at first. There he goes. And the pitch is fouled back. By the way, did you notice who is coaching first base this year for Oklahoma? That is Bryce Madron.
No way.
Yeah.
22. Was he on the Omaha team?
There you go asking questions again.
And we're 2 innings in.
Here's the 3-2. Had to be, right? Off the end of the bat, foul the other way. Russell Rayleigh in his familiar. Yeah, of course, right? Yeah,
Yeah, he was.
of course.
Nicholas Spike. Still safe.
Hashtag. But Jimmy Crooks, I saw a picture of Jimmy and Ozzie Smith at training camp together.
Man.
Runner goes. Another foul ball. Larkin's getting some sprints in.
I'd be terrible at that. If I saw a big league day, I'd be so giddy, just starstruck.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what'd you eat for breakfast every morning? Made you so good.
You're asking him all kinds of questions.
Yeah.
3-2 is outside, ball 4. That is walk number 4 for Nico Holland. Second of the inning. 18 of them now for Coppin State pitching the last 2 days. First 3 have reached in the Sooner second, and now Jason Walk, who flied out to deep right center field, will bat. Shows bunt, takes the pitch low. Hadn't been a lot of sacrificing going on so far in the first 5 games. OU's put up such big run totals that the bunt game hasn't been needed much. As now first baseman Angel Garcia and third baseman Pranav Sundar are going to come in to talk to their pitcher Nico Holland. Here's your starting lineup for the final game of the season against Ole Miss for OU. You had Spikerman in right, Peyton Graham at short, Blake Robertson at first, Tanner Treadaway in center, Jimmy Crooks the catcher, Clark at third, Nicholas at second. Shows bunt, misses it, takes a strike, throw down to second, Larkin's back in. Diego Mooney's the DH, and Kendall Pettis in left.
I think we're getting old.
Yeah. Forgot about Treadaway. That was dumb. It's been so long ago. 4 years. A ball and a strike. Larkin dancing around. Bunted. Foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count.
Yeah, Tread had a really good year that year.
Yeah, he did.
Hit like 340.
370. Try that.
Okay.
According to what I'm looking at.
10 jacks?
I don't have that. No. Let's see if they try to bunt him with 2 strikes. Nobody out in the inning. The 1-2. Outside. Did not show bunt. 2-2. Sooners do not have a single sacrifice bunt this season. Larkin at second, Branch at first. Nobody out in the second inning. 2-0 OU. Lifted foul. That'll get over the OU dugout into the stands.
Slider at 75. Jaywalk just a little bit out front.
Two popped up on the infield. Sundar, the third baseman, looking up, drifting, dropped it. It's an out. Infield fly rule was called. Everybody will retreat, and all the excitement can die down.
That was an interesting one.
Foul ball. Jeff Head at third base called him out, didn't he?
Third baseman Sundar was, his feet were in foul territory, but I think it goes off where the ball lands.
Okay, but called that a foul ball. It looked like to me he signaled out, but I apologize. He called it foul. Inside. Full count now to Jason Wall. Well, he was right on that line.
Yeah, it was deflected too, so it's a little bit weird. So if he doesn't deflect it, does it land fair?
It would be where he touched it. Runners go on the 3-2, and it's ball 4. 3 consecutive walks have loaded the bases. That's 5 of them now for Nico Holland. And that'll draw a visit from the pitching coach, Wayne Franklin. This has been a major problem for Coppin State in this series. And Oklahoma's not going to help you out. They are a patient team at the plate, and they're going to make you throw strikes. And the Eagles have been unable to. 19 walks now in a game and not yet 2 innings.
Jaywalk really had to work for that one. Goes down and gets 2 strikes early in the count, fouling a lot of tough pitches off.
Sooner fans, tomorrow the finale here at 11 a.m. Cord Rager versus Jake Cumming. And then want to make sure you are aware of the midweeks next week. Arizona State will be here Tuesday and Wednesday afternoon. 4 o'clock starts both days. That's a big-time matchup. Arizona State expected to contend in the Big 12 this year. Camden Johnson, first pitch swinging, rockets one into deep center field. Hogan running back. The wind catches it, knocks it down. It's caught. Tagging at third, Larkin. He'll score. All the runners advance. It's a sac fly RBI for Johnson, and it's 3-0 OU.
Yeah, I think in the late spring that's going to be a homer, Toby. That's a really good job elevating with runners in scoring position, less than 2 outs. Gets a fastball middle, does his job.
Third run batted in of the year for Johnson. 1 out in the inning for Brendan Brock with the runners at second and third, and he takes a ball outside. Leadoff homer by Drew Dickerson feels like it was a long time ago, but that was this inning. Since then, Larkin, Branch, and Walk have all walked. Johnson the sac fly. 2 balls and no strikes. The count now to Brock. And the pitch is grounded to third. It'll stay fair. Run will score. Throw across the diamond is a good one, and now Walk will advance to third. 2 outs in the inning. That'll be an RBI for Brendan Brock that makes it 4-0 OU.
Good job getting a ground ball in play for his 8th RBI in the year. Hit well. Sundar made a nice play over there. Good throw to first base.
And now Jackson Willits, 7th batter, Walk at third. Shows bunt, pulls the bat, takes it low for a ball. The first inning run for OU gives them now 15 first inning runs in their first 6 games. Check swing. Did he go around? He did, according to Jeff Head down at third base. 1-1. Willits fouls that one off the catcher's mask. 1 ball and 2 strikes. I'm expecting a big year from this guy. Now a junior.
Yeah, I go back to his freshman year at Oklahoma State where he hit a backside homer off a guy throwing 95 and just kind of took off from there.
Fouled off. Look at right center.
That's probably 300 foot of gap.
The center fielder is way around in left center, and the right fielder was kind of hugging the line. Now he's going to pull up a bit. Not sure why they're giving Jackson Willits right center field. Multiple times today now they have asked. And now a ball has been given to Nico Holland. 2-2 the count. Pitch clock violation. I mean, he has, if he hits it to straightaway center field, Jackson could run for days. Here's the pitch. Outside, full count. Does that tell you, if you're a hitter, as to where they're going to try to pitch me here? If you look at the outfielders?
Yeah, and the last 2 pitches have been away. Yes, the spray chart gives him some idea that he likes to go up in the air to left.
And now another violation on Nico Holland. And Jackson Willits will automatically be given first base. That'll be a walk. 2 pitch clock violations in that at bat for Holland. Now 6 walks in the game. Head coach Sherman Reed out to talk to home plate umpire Raymond Gregson, asking for an explanation, so maybe he can help his pitcher out a bit. Nolan Stevens will be the hitter. He singled his first time out. A lengthy conversation, seems amicable between Reed and Gregson, and now the Coppin State head coach will head back to his first base dugout. So Walk at third, Willits at first in this lengthy bottom of the second. Oklahoma leading 4-0 and greedy for more here. And the first pitch is low and in. Good job by Grajales Vasquez keeping that from the backstop. Ball 1. The hitter has until 8 seconds on that pitch clock out there to be ready to hit. And the pitcher has to wait until he is ready to address him. Fly ball to right. That's well hit. Thompson's back. He's at the wall, leaps, and he caught it. He caught it right off the yellow line. Bryce Thompson in right takes Nolan Stevens on a great play. Inning is over. Sooners, though, get 3. And as we go to the third, it's 4-0. This is Sooner Baseball from Learfield.
I know this sounds crazy, but at First Liberty Bank in Norman,
Games, complemented by a variety of bars, restaurants, and the best live music in the metro. It's no surprise that Riverwing Casino is the official entertainment destination of OU Athletics. Well, a great play by Bryce Thompson in right field. Keeps it 4-0 Oklahoma. Hey, you think that was getting out of here or just going to be off the wall?
You know, I thought it was hammered, but that just shows you how well Drew Dickerson hit that line drive to right from the opposite batter's box, man. It was crushed.
Well, the Sooners get 3 as the first pitch of the third inning is fouled back by Marcus Sanders. 9-hole hitter here for Coppin. Shortstop, 1 for 2 last night. And the 0-1 is bounced up there. Sanders 1 for 4 on the year. Every Sooner home run, like Drew Dickerson's, brought to you by Brahms Ice Cream and Dairy Stores. Farm fresh for over 50 years. The 1-1 from LJ, that's hit hard toward the gap in left center field. Alec Blair digging, dives, can't get there. And on to second will go Sanders with a leadoff double. Blair gave it a good effort, dove for the baseball. It was dying in left center field, but could not quite get there. And that's the first hit of the day for the Eagles.
Kind of a tough play for Blair. He's in center field with the shift, kind of expecting Jaywalk to be there, but a little bit indecisive, dives late, just tips off the glove.
So one time through the order, Mercurius, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, gave up 1 hit, and so far no runs. That ends his streak of 4 consecutive strikeouts. Back to the top of the order, here's Emilio Feliciano. Ground ball to short. It's in front of Willett, so he'll flip to third, and they got a run down now. Johnson throws to Branch. Branch will chase down the runner. They got the out. Poor base running there by Sanders. Base coach. Hand on hips, letting him have it as he jogs back to the dugout. There's 1 out in the inning.
Total when you're in second base, ground ball's got to be to your left side. That ball's right in front of him. Jay Will does a nice job seeing him cross his face to get into the rundown.
So Feliciano, the runner now at first, and Augusto, the batter. He grounded out to short first time, and he takes a first pitch strike. He is a smart baseball player, Jackson Willits. I'm sure there are shortstops. There's a fly ball into right. Stevens calling for it. And he's got it toward the line for out number 2. I'm sure there are shortstops that have maybe more range than Jackson Willits, but it is no surprise, considering the lineage there, that he is as sharp as they come at the position. We have seen him multiple times in his career. Gun down a guy at third base on a ground ball. Not always is it obvious either, like that one was. 2 outs for Hogan. First pitch strike to him. The only lefty in the lineup for the Eagles. The 0-1 went around, 0-2. Mercurius trying to end the top of the third. Just outside.
I like the way Mercurius gets his sign from the stretch. Kind of a Jonathan Papelbon.
A little bit, yeah.
Kind of bowing up with that right hand.
1-2. Got him swinging. 5 of them for LJ. Inning started promisingly for the Eagles with the leadoff double, but it goes for naught. We head to the bottom of the third on Saturday. It's 4-0 OU. Today's broadcast brought to you by the OU Community Cornerstone Partners of Fowler Auto Group, OG&E, OU Health, and Coca-Cola. The University of Oklahoma Athletics is one with you. This is Sooner Baseball from Learfield.
You're listening to the home of Sooner fans, KREF, Norman, Oklahoma. Live on the KREF app.
The Ref Sports Radio Network.
Sooner Sports Podcast is your all-access audio pass to Sooner Sports. Chris Blank is the starting pitcher of our podcast. It's presented by Allstate and the Riverwind Casino. Alec Blair, the only Sooner hitter that did not bat in that second inning, leads off the third. He sends one high into right center field. Towering fly ball that'll curve its way back to the right fielder, Bryce Thompson. He's been busy today for out number 1.
It's a good swing by Blair, just under the fastball at the top of the zone.
Drew Dickerson now. Sent a line drive over the right field wall last time up. First pitch is outside. 4 home runs last year, already 2 this year in limited playing time. Outside, 2-0. This keeps up, that might change.
Got to think he's making a case for himself, right, with a loaded outfield.
Yeah.
He's doing all the good things right.
It is going to be fascinating to see how they use the outfield this year. There's a strike. Between Gamble, who is tearing the cover off the ball early in the year, isn't playing today. Start anyway. Walk. Blair, Stevens, Dickerson, ground ball to short, ranging to his left. Sanders up and throws high, and Dickerson safe. Brought first baseman Angel Garcia off the bag. E6. Second error for Coppin State.
Sharply hit ground ball right at Sanders. Had it plenty of times, just a little bit to his left. That throw just takes the first baseman Garcia off the bag.
Brendan Brock's played out there. You got Dasan Harris, who has done some good things for him. I mean, it is a hot competition. Connor Larkin walked and scored first time up. Takes it low and in. Speaking of competition, I don't know if Dayton Taki is sleeping too well these days. This guy breathing down his neck. Low and away. Taki hit the first home run of the college baseball season in the country last Friday.
Out of the 8-hole, too, right?
Yeah.
Having Dayton Taki in the 8-hole is nuts.
I know. It's a pretty deep lineup. 3-0 to Larkin. Starter Nico Holland has already walked 6. Needs a strike here to keep that number from rising to 7. The 3-0 is in there. OU pitchers, by the way, in this series, Johnson, Barfield, Leon, Furious, have combined for those 2 walks were by LJ in the first inning today. There's a lease hit to right from Larkin. Dickerson will stop at second. I'm telling you, this freshman kid looks good.
Yeah, does a good job with a 3-1 fastball. Doesn't try to do too much. Little topspin liner to the right fielder.
I did get asked last night, by the way, if he's related to Barry. The answer is no.
It's not.
I haven't asked that question, but I feel confident saying. Here's Kyle Branch. walked and scored his first time up. 2 on, 1 out. Shows bunt, does. Back to the mound. Holland spins and throws to third, and they get the lead runner, Dickerson. Nice play by Nico Holland. Didn't quite get that bunt far enough away from the pitcher's mound, Kyle Branch. So there's 2 on with 2 outs now.
Still athletic play. Holland had to field that off his left, spin and throw. It's right on the money.
Jason Walk flied out and walked. Third at bat in as many innings. 2 on, 2 out. Takes a first pitch strike. 4-0 Oklahoma leads it here in the bottom of the third. Sooners in the crimson jerseys, Coppin State in the blue tops today. And time is called. Pitch clock violation as he didn't get the pitch off in time on Holland. Will make it 1 ball and 1 strike. Everybody ready now. High, 2-1. Inside, 3 balls and a strike. Camden Johnson on deck if he loses jaywalk. Larkin at second, Branch at first. The pitch is grounded to first. Backhand stop Garcia. He'll flip to the pitcher, covering, not in time. Jaywalk beat it out, they're loaded. Nothing but speed there. Coppin State did nothing wrong. Jason Walk just beat it out.
Holland maybe a little bit late to the bag, but it's a foot race from there. Just elite speed.
Camden Johnson now. He's had 2 productive at-bats today. Walked, stole a base, and scored in the first. Picked up an RBI on a sac fly in the second. And the first pitch to him is high, and a balk has been called, and that'll bring home a run. Connor Larkin trots home with the 5th run of the game for OU. And Branch advances to third, Walk to second. And make it 9. That'll inside, 1 ball and no strikes to Camden Johnson. Base hit would score 2 here with Jason Walk out at second base. A base hit to the outfield anyway. 1-0. And just like that, rips one into center field right past the pitcher's ear. In to score Branch, in to score Walk. It's a 2-run single for Camden Johnson. And the Sooners have a touchdown on the board. They're up 7-0.
Good job using the middle of the field. Make that his 4th RBI in the year. Fastball middle. Doesn't do too much.
That's a good pickup right there. Camden Johnson. It's only been 6 games, but I've seen enough to know that I'm going to like this kid. Here comes head coach Sherman Reed. And that's going to be the day for his starter, Nico Holland, as he is going to make a Serta Pro Painters pitching change. Bottom of the third inning, 7-0 Sooners in front. We got a new Eagle flying in out of the bullpen. We'll tell you about him next. This is Sooner Baseball from Learfield. Hey, Sooner fans, want to make the most of not only your game day, but every day? Norman Parks and Recreation has got you covered. With 68 beautiful parks all over Norman, there's always a place to have fun or connect with nature. Swim or shoot hoops at the Young Family Athletic Center. Take a walk at Ruby Grant. Hang out with friends at the Adult Wellness Center or tee off at Westwood. And don't forget to make a splash at the Westwood Family Aquatic Center. Follow us on social at Norman OK Parks to explore all we have to offer. Norman Parks and Recreation, where Norman plays.
Used Ford trucks. We have more because we give you more for your trade at Bob Moore Ford. In fact, we have over 30 used trucks in stock right now. F-150s, F-250s, F-3.
Had one strikeout, gave up one hit, no runs. And he is on with 2 outs in the bottom of the third. 3 runs are in. And Camden Johnson at first base. Oklahoma 7 runs on 5 hits, no errors. Coppin State, no runs on 1 hit, 2 errors. Let's update you on the Air Comfort Solutions SEC scoreboard while we have a second. LSU has defeated Notre Dame 9-4. South Carolina leads Navy 1-0 bottom of the third. They're in the bottom of the ninth in Evansville. Kentucky up 5-3 there. Here's Brendan Brock. First pitch, strike called at 85. Arkansas and Xavier in a good one. They're tied 6-6 in Fayetteville. The 0-1, just a bit outside. Georgia leads Samford 10-4, bottom 5. Mississippi State blanking Delaware 8-0, bottom 6. The 1-1 to Brock, low. Ole Miss up on Missouri State 1-0 in the third in Oxford. Texas and Michigan State tied 1-1 in the fourth in Austin. There goes Johnson. Pitch is taken outside, and Grajales Vasquez won't even effort a throw. It's another stolen base for Camden Johnson, his 6th. 6 for 6. 3 balls and a strike to count to Brock. Johnson dancing around at second. He takes off for third, and the pitch is pulled foul. First of 2 between Alabama and Rhode Island. They're in the bottom of the third. Rhode Island leading 2-1. Top of the fourth, Penn up on Texas A&M 1-0. And top of the third, Vandy out to an 8-0 lead over the Red Foxes of Marist. Full count pitch is ball 4, and it's in the dirt, and Camden Johnson will advance to third on the first walk by McKenna Wakakua and the 7th walk of the day for Coppin State.
Good dirt ball read from Johnson at second base. Thought he had the bag stolen on the pitch before. See some separation from the catcher. Takes third base.
Jackson Willits has walked twice today. First and third, 2 outs. And he looks at one outside. So now 21 combined walks for Coppin State pitching and Oklahoma hitting in a game and a third. That's a lot. Strike called. We did look up last night, by the way, the OU record for most walks drawn in a game. In 1950, Colorado walked an OU team 19 times in a game. Outside, 2-1. We had 14 last night in 7 innings.
That'd have been tough to watch. 19 is crazy.
Yeah, that's a lot. 2 balls and a strike to Willits. There goes Brock. Pitch is taken high, 3-1, no throw. Brendan Brock gets his 5th stolen base of the year. He's 5 for 5. Trying not to let Camden Johnson get too far in front of him.
That's why he fouled that pitch off. He's like, hey, man, that would be 7. Give me a chance here.
Wakakua steps off on the mound. And now back on. McKenna Wakakua. And now time has been called by our home plate umpire. Now everybody's ready, I think. Three balls and a strike to Willits. The pitch. Swing and a miss. A changeup dove under the bat of Jackson. A good 3-1 changeup. Full count.
It's the second time the Sooners have seen that. Another one earlier in the game. It's tough. Geared up for a fastball and then drops off the table out of nowhere.
Here's the payoff. And it's fouled away. Look at all the fans in right and left field out there. Brought the pop-up chairs. If you weren't with us last night, by the way, those fences out there are temporary. They're coming down after this weekend. They're going to put sod out there on the berms. And starting Tuesday night against Arizona State. There's a line drive, base hit into right by Willits. Johnson scores. Here comes Brock right behind him. 2-run single for Jackson. Make it 9-0 OU.
This is what you get used to with Jackson Willits. Does a nice job at the plate, getting a fastball, working it full for his 11th RBI of the year.
5 runs in the inning, and now Nolan Stevens will be the 9th batter to hit. He almost homered last time up. Bryce Thompson made a great play on a catch high on the wall in right to rob him. He singled back in the first. Takes ball 1 inside. Back to what I was saying, if you're watching on the simulcast SEC network feed, the dirt beyond the outfield wall, they're going to put sod down. Those fences are going to be removed. And starting with the Arizona State midweek games, and for the rest of the year, the berm is free and open to the public. Pitch is outside, 2-0. You can see through the fences now out there, Blake.
We're going to have couches lined up on the,
gonna be a party.
On the outfield.
It is going to be a party. Now, next year, after the renovations, I'm not sure it's going to be free like that out there, so take advantage of it this year. Pitch is high and out of play. Outfield's going to look entirely different in 2027. This offseason, there's going to be a ton of work. Everything's going to look way different in 2027. You can get right down by the visiting bullpen down here. I'm sure to say welcoming, greeting things to them, nice things to the visitors. Pitches inside, 3-1.
That's a see-through fence out there on the bullpen, too.
Yeah, kind of. They got some screens up, but you could see right through it, sure. You could definitely yell through it. Welcoming, greeting.
You don't think, yeah, of course. You don't think it's soundproof out there?
I don't think so, no. Huh. 3 balls and a strike to Nolan Stevens. And he takes ball 4. And the Sooners will send a 10th man to the plate here in the 3rd inning. As Alec Blair tries to avoid making 2 outs in 1 inning.
Left fielder number 4, Alec Blair.
Willits at second, Stevens at first. Alec 0 for 2 today, flied out to right earlier this inning. Struck out looking on a tough call back in the first. And he looks at a curveball low. Inside, 2-0. 2, 3, 4, 5 straight have reached. Looked like at one point maybe you wouldn't score here in the 3rd. But they have put 5 on the board and not done. The 2-0 to Blair is chopped foul. Arizona State, by the way, 5-0 to start the year. They swept Omaha on opening weekend and have now beaten UConn and St. John's since. Playing St. John's 3 times this weekend. Runners go. Pitch is taken. The throw goes down to second. Nolan Stevens there easily. It's a double steal. Strike was called on the pitch, so it's 2-2 to Blair. Runners now at second and third. And those stolen base numbers continue to climb for Reggie Willett's offense. Arizona State, by the way, on their way to Arlington for a tournament next weekend. That's why they're stopping through Norman. Foul ball out of play. Tough week for the Sun Devils. They get OU twice. Then they go Mississippi State, Tennessee, and Texas A&M on the weekend. That is a week right there. Whew. 5 straight games against SEC teams. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 out. Here it comes. Swing and a foul tip hung on to for a strikeout. And that ends the inning. Sooners, though, get 5. We head to the 4th. 9-0 Oklahoma in charge on Saturday. This is Sooner Baseball from Learfield.
Every day, innocent families share the road with massive semi-trucks. The safety of everyone depends on trucking companies to hire careful drivers. But when trucking companies ignore red flags and hire dangerous drivers, the results can be deadly.
Reckless hiring practices put...
Located just minutes from the OU campus, Courtyard Norman offers affordable, stylish accommodations with tech-forward amenities and classic Southern hospitality. Book your stay today at Marriott.com/OKCNO. Sooners 9, Eagles nothing, 4th inning. L.J. Mercurius back to the bump. He'll face Nelson Grajales-Vasquez, the catcher, to start things and deliver strike 1. How tough is it, Blake, for a pitcher to go sit in there for, I don't know how long that half inning was, but it was a long one. Come back out and be.
I saw him over there doing some stairs, I guess. So he's running up to the top step, up and down. He probably did it 100 times. So I think he's worked up a sweat.
A ball and a strike. Pitch is low, 2-1. I heard an interview with LJ that was awesome. I think it was Sunday last week. I think they interviewed him during the TCU game. He was talking about watching Xander pitch, his little brother. There's a strike, 2-2. Xander came in relief in a close game against Texas Tech, and how nervous he was watching him pitch,
right?
As compared to when he's on the mound himself. He was like, I was nauseous watching it. Pitch is low, 3-2. He's like, I told my dad, I understand now why you have to pace when we're out there pitching.
Right.
Watching little brother pitch was more than he could handle. Here's the payoff. This is low, and that's a walk. 3rd of the day for LJ, first since the 1st inning. And maybe that's a byproduct of what we were just talking about right there.
No, that's got to be a really cool sentiment, having some success at the college level and then coming to see your little brother do the same thing in his first outing.
Yeah.
Man, that's got to be.
They're not Kyson and Malachi watched each other all the way along. LJ's older than Xander.
Right.
Been pitching in college for a couple of years, and now little brother actually pitched before he did this season. Outside a ball.
2 sets of brothers on the staff, right?
Now,
yeah, Grant and Nolan. Grant Stevens?
Well, yeah, Grant's coaching. Yeah, you're right. Line drive down the left field line, but he pulled it foul. Yes, Grant, Nolan. We'll see if they use Nolan as a pitcher or not. He did pitch some at Mississippi State last year. By the way, Oklahoma going to be without Briscoe Smith again this weekend, and maybe for the next few weekends. It sounds like that issue he's been having could linger for a bit. A little bit upstairs, 2-1. The freshman from Duncan that they're so high on, the pitcher that Skip has mentioned could potentially be a closer for them. I don't think it's going to be anything that's going to keep him out for the season, but could be a few weeks before we see Briscoe. There's a strike, 2-2. Might be a nice, right around the time SEC play starts, pickup. Maybe, hopefully, a little before that. We'll see. Leadoff man at first. 2-2 pitch to Angel Garcia. And it misses low.
Be nice for a little Cade Horton action. Briscoe Smith.
Don't need him to be great now. Need him to be great at the end of the year, right?
Right.
3-2 is right down Chautauqua. Strike 3 call. That's 6 of them for Mercurius. And there's one out in the 4th.
LJ's done a nice job with the fastball all day long. That's been his out pitch. He's getting some contact, showing you be able to strike it out. I like it.
Keenan Harvey now struck out his first time up. Takes a ball. 59 pitches now for LJ today. Went around. A ball and a strike. Dotted the outside corner with that fastball. Pulled foul. Oklahoma got the nation's attention in Arlington last weekend with 3 straight lopsided wins over Texas Tech, Oklahoma State, and the run rule win over 10th-ranked TCU. They have kept the pedal to the metal. Just outside, 2-2. Lesser competition so far this week in New Mexico State and Coppin State, but they scored 10 on Monday night, 22 last night, 9 and counting today. Got him looking. Again, dotted the outside corner with a fastball. Back-to-back strikeouts looking. 7 of them now for Mercurius. 2 outs in the inning.
The velo's down from last week. I think it was up to 97 in Arlington, but it just seems like he's pitching today. Just spotting up the fastball, trying to fill it up as much as he can, using the slider when he needs to.
Pranav Sundar struck out his first time. Looks at a ball low. Third baseman here, 0 for 4 in the series. Waves at a breaking ball. I shared this last night, Blake, but Coppin State started their program in 1984. They have never had a winning record. 41 years. This is their 42nd year of baseball.
Wow.
2 balls and a strike. They went 24-24 as Skip Johnson wants to go talk to Mercurius. They went 24-24 in 2019. So they didn't have a losing record that year. And they did make the NCAA tournament in 2022, but had a losing record that year. They won their conference tournament to get in. 40 in the history of Coppin State baseball have never had a winning record.
41 years.
That's got to be
a record.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Maybe this is the year for them. Go on the road, let OU toughen them up a bit, go back to the NEC and
Baltimore, right?
Light them up. Yeah, Baltimore. They're picked 9th in the Northeastern Conference this year out of the 12 teams. Central Connecticut State considered the team to beat. Long Island University also predicted to be at the top of that conference this year. I bet there's some cool ballparks in the NEC. All right, here we go. Meeting on the mound was a quick one. 2 balls and a strike. 2 outs. Runner at first base. And good-looking breaking ball in there for strike 2 called. Looking for 3 straight strikeouts to end the top of the 4th. fastball back to the screen as the shadows start to creep toward home plate. 7:30 tonight, men's basketball game. Texas A&M in town. Grounded to shortstop. Willits gobbles, guns, got him. Side retired. One man left aboard on the. We played 3.5 on Saturday afternoon in Norman. It's 9-0 Sooners. Today's broadcast brought to you by the OU Community Cornerstone Partners of Fowler Auto Group, OG&E, OU Health, and Coca-Cola. The University of Oklahoma Athletics is one with fourth. 9-0 Oklahoma in front. The best place to gear up for game day is the Sooner Shop, the official fan shop of OU Athletics, located on the west side of Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium. Online shopping is always available at shop.soonersports.com. Ball one to Drew Dickerson to start the bottom of the fourth. We have some defensive changes for Coppin State on the infield. I'll tell you about them after this pitch. The 1-0 is inside, 2-0. Emilio Feliciano moves from second base to shortstop for them. Jordan Treadwell has come in to play second, and Terrell Milliner has come in to play third base. There's a strike, 2-1. Dickerson homered in the second. A line drive to the OU bullpen and right. Reached on an error in the third. And he's ahead of the count now, 3 balls and 1 strike. Hitting an even 500 now on the year. 4 for 8. 2 homers and 4 runs batted in. Just missed the bottom of the zone, ball 4. Still McKenna Wakakua on the mound. That's his third walk. 9 of them now today for the Eagles.
Now back to the Sooners. First baseman 13, Connor Larkin.
Got some activity in Coppin State's bullpen. A right-hander is starting to warm. Looks like Brandon is the right-hander. Walked and singled and scored twice as he takes a ball outside. Oklahoma came into today number 2 in the SEC in walks drawn. They may be number 1 at end of day. 53 of them now in not yet 6 games. A balk has been called on Wakakua. Dickerson is granted second. That is the 3rd walk in the series, 2nd today on Eagle pitching. So Dickerson at second now with nobody out. And Larkin takes one low and away, 2-0. It's got to be tough when you're from the north. That's a story in college baseball every year. These guys are from Baltimore, had their opening weekend series against Lafayette bagged because of weather. We're able to get a midweek game in, but who knows what kind of conditions you're even trying to practice in this time of year. Pitch is low and in. Places like OU and around the SEC, you've got some indoor football facilities maybe you can get into, or some of the really nice places have their own indoor baseball facilities.
Wichita State has one, yeah.
I can't imagine Coppin State has too many options to get ready for a baseball season.
Yeah, you may be throwing a bullpen in a gym or something like that.
3-0 curveball at 67 misses low, and that's ball 4 by Wakakua. The Sooners have 2 on, nobody out on walk number 10 today. And you've seen it. You've seen the early season rust not yet worn off by the Coppin State pitching staff the last couple of days. Not just not being able to throw strikes, but some of the balks, some of the pitch mechanic issues they've had on pitch clock violations. Ball 1 to Kyle Branch. They go home to play Navy in the midweek. Branch takes a strike. He has walked and bunted into a fielder's choice. He scored a pair of runs today. He's got Dickerson at second, Larkin at first. Strike called, 1-2. Bottom three hitters in the order, Dickerson, Larkin, and Branch, have scored 5 of OU's 9 runs. Here's the 1-2. Way outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Heck of a play by Grajales Vasquez to catch that ball. He needed the hyphen in his name to get to that one.
That was on the edge of the left-hander batter's box. Long reach.
2-2. Fouled back. Watch Drew Dickerson out at second base for me here as he takes his stance and is glaring in. Nothing that time. 2-2. Line toward left center field. Charging Hogan. He'll get there to make the shoulder high catch for out number 1. The ball hit on a rope. Just held up a little too long.
That's what was Dickerson doing?
I was trying to see if he was trying to give the hitter some. It looked like maybe that there was some shenanigans going on out there. I don't know. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Some indicators, perhaps. Here's Jason Walk. Fly ball, right center field, headed toward the alley. Long run for everybody, and nobody's going to get there as it one-hops the wall. Dickerson scores. Here comes Larkin. Walk headed for third. He'll get there with a 2-run triple.
Good job there by Walk, getting the fastball getting extended. Doesn't give Thompson out and right a chance to catch this one for the triple. Great swing.
First triple of the year for Oklahoma. Jason Walk picks up his first 2 runs batted in of the season. And Oklahoma, for the 6th consecutive game, has scored in double digits to start the 2026 campaign. Amazing. Coppin State going back to the bullpen. It's a Certapro Painters pitching change. We'll take a break. We'll tell you about the new Eagle Inn on the mound when we come back. This is Sooner Baseball from Learfield.
Oklahoma Athletics is proud to partner with the industry that shares the...
Yeah, came into today leading the SEC in runs per game at 12.8. So got to get to 13 to maintain that. Yeah.
Reggie's going to be mad.
Scored 10 against Texas Tech, 10 against Oklahoma State, 12 against TCU, 10 against New Mexico State, 22 last night against Coppin State, and 11 and counting today. Oh, Caden Brumbaugh, pinch hitter for Camden Johnson in
5'9" transfer from Nebraska, 182, senior.
First pitch is a fastball high. Brumbaugh played last night, went 2 for 2 with 2 runs batted in and 2 runs scored. Hitting a healthy 444 on the year. He's 4 for 9 with a pair of doubles. And he's ahead in the count 2-0. The Brandon Stevens warm-up session, by the way, was not encouraging if you're an Eagles fan, hoping they'll bring in somebody that throws strikes. It was wild. See if he can reel it in here. The 2-0. Oof. Something like that. 3-0. Curveball over the head of Brumbaugh. Already 10 walks of Sooner hitters today. And there's a strike at the top of the zone to keep it from being 11 yet anyway. Jason Walk at third base with 1 out after a 2-run triple. And That's ball 4. Third walk of the inning, 11th of the game. First for Stevens. Brendan Brock. Runners on the corners. He has walked, stolen a base, scored a run, and driven one in today. 0 for 2. Takes a looping curveball inside. 68 miles an hour on that one. Next weekend, Gonzaga will be here for 3. Turning the series, Oklahoma played against them up in Spokane a couple of years ago. Low and away, 2 balls and no strikes. Let's see how they're doing early on. We told you Arizona State's undefeated. They'll be here midweek. Gonzaga's built a pretty good little baseball program out there. Brock takes a strike, 2-1. Not a great start for the Zags. They're 1-4. They lost 3 of 4 at Hawaii to open the season, and have lost the first game of the weekend at Texas State. There's a strike. 2-2 to Brock. So they went from Hawaii to San Marcos, Texas, the opening 2 weekends of the season. Headed to Norman next weekend. Here's the 2-2. Way inside. Full count. Then it'll be Dallas Baptist. You don't need me to tell you that they're going to be a handful. 1 game. Curveball fouled off. Still a full count.
Really good job right there by Brock. It's a foul. That's a curveball that's on the outside part of the zone. Could go either way.
The alley. Extra bases. Walk, trots home. Brumbaugh gets the windmill. He'll score without a throw. Double for Brendan Brock. And it's a baker's dozen for Oklahoma.
Works hard for that one. Works the count full. Gets a fastball in the middle of the plate. Little topspin line drive to split the gap in left center. It's his 8th and 9th RBI on the year.
Oklahoma has scored in all 10 innings in this series against Coppin State. Of 4 spots so far here in the 4th today. Still only 1 out. Jackson Willits will be lifted for Uriah Walters, who came in and played last night and played well. This has been a very nice byproduct so far of this series. Oklahoma's been able to build early big leads and let everybody play. And last night, everybody contributed. As Walters takes a ball, he was 2 for 3 with 2 runs batted in. That one is low. Weatherford Junior College product out of Prosper, Texas, the Carmichael's hometown. So Jackson Willits will get the rest of the day off. 2-0. High ball 3. Santa Clara, by the way, 2 weekends away. 4-game homestand here. They're off to a 4-2 start. They split a 4-game series with Cal and have since beaten San Jose State and UC Davis. So the Broncos. Pretty good squad, it sounds like. There's ball 4 to Walters. 12 walks today for Coppin State, and that'll bring a visit from Sherman Reed. And he wants a new pitcher. Still trying to find one that can keep it in the strike zone. We'll take a break. It's a Serta Pro Painters pitching change again for the Eagles here in the 4th. Oklahoma leads 13-0. Game 2 on Saturday. This is Sooner baseball from Learfield.
Good times are calling your name at Riverwind.
So fill your heart with jackpots at OKC's favorite casino.
Catch the hottest entertainment at the Showplace Theater.
Or take it all home on a classic table game.
Play with your wild card, and every Friday in February,
you could win stacks of cash
with our $250,000 Love Struck Luck giveaway.
So make it a date, and we'll see you at Riverwind.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric, and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Juice, Pizza Hut, HCO, Coop Ale Works, Kona Ice, and Rock and Roll Tequila. And Bob Moore Ford is proud to honor service members through the Patriot of the Game. To nominate a Patriot, go to bobmooreford.hero. Sooners rolling again on Saturday, and a new pitcher on for Coppin State. It's number 25, Aiden Lopez, 5'11 freshman PA. First action of the year for this young man. First college baseball action, period, for Aiden Lopez. Sherman Reed desperately trying to find a strike thrower as his pitching staff walked 14 Sooners last night. They've walked 12 more today, and we are not yet through 4 innings. Oklahoma has 13 runs on 8 hits, no errors. Coppin State, no runs on 1 hit, 3 errors. It looks like he'll be facing a pinch hitter, Dasan Harris, when play resumes. He'll be batting for Nolan Stevens. Now, there's something to be said for taking care of the games you're supposed to take care of, Blake Brewster.
Just find a way to win. It's one of those ones that if you come out with a loss on it, it ends up hurting you.
So far, yesterday and today, the Sooners have done just that. Not done yet here in the 4th. Still only 1 out. Harris, the 8th batter of the inning. First pitch swinging. Bloops one into shallow right. That'll dump in for a base hit. And that'll load the bases. Harris off the bench swinging. And he's got a single to right. And they are full for Alec Blair.
Job by Harris, coming off the bench cold. Been trying to warm up all day. First pitch fastball. Gets his knock.
Dasan now 3 for 4 on the year. That's what I'm talking about. This is the outfield depth is hitting like crazy. Alec Blair 0 for 3 today. Takes one outside. You heard what Reggie said about this guy, right?
The highest touted recruit in OU baseball.
The most talented freshman in OU baseball history. Outside 2-0. You know, he reminds me a little bit of, just physically when he stands it. You remember Will Gasparino at Texas, the center fielder the last couple of years?
Yeah.
Big, tall center fielder that
Lanky.
hit bombs for days. Outside 3-0. He's at UCLA now, by the way. He transferred to UCLA. But just physically when he's standing there, he reminds me of Gasparino a little bit.
What's his position in basketball? Is he a guard?
He's a wing, I think is what you'd say. So, yeah, shooter, 3-1. He is not on the basketball team anymore. Played 1 game and said, I'm going to focus on baseball. Bases loaded, 1 out. And that's ball 4, and he got him an RBI. Bases loaded walk will drive in a run. And it's a 2-touchdown lead for the Sooners.
Going back to that outfield depth, that analogy that Skip's always using about the cowboy hat.
Yep.
Pulling names out, pulling bills out.
I'm not sure Reggie goes by the same cowboy hat
You don't
theory.
think so?
No.
They don't use the same one to pay their bills?
Skip sometimes gets the cowboy hat to decide what pitcher's going to pitch. Drew Dickerson has an AB here. I think Reggie gets a lineup that is working, and he tends to ride it.
Right.
You know?
He's going to have some tough decisions.
He is. Right now, everybody's hitting for the most part. 2 balls and no strikes as Aiden Lopez has committed a pitch clock violation. I don't know what else to call it. It wasn't the clock that actually got him. Pitch mechanics violation. Grounded to third. Off the glove of Milner. Up with it. Runner safe. Run scores. We'll see if they score that an error or an infield hit. It would have been tough either way. They have given Milner an error. 4th of the game for the Eagles. And it's 15-0 OU.
That's another hard hit ball by Dickerson. The home run, the ground ball to the shortstop, and that one.
Eleventh batter of the inning, Connor Larkin takes strike 1. He walked and scored earlier this frame. He's been on every time today. Walked, singled, walked in his 3 previous plate appearances and has scored all 3 times. Takes a breaking ball for strike 2. Scoreboard is behind a run, I believe. It should be 15-0. Right?
That's what I got.
0-2. Swing and a miss. That's a strikeout. Out number 2 in the inning as Lopez strikes out Larkin on 3 pitches.
Just
they've scored 6 runs this inning.
Yeah, that's what I had.
Here's Miles Davis batting in Kyle Branch's 9-hole. Miles Davis also played last night, picked up his first base hit in a Sooner uniform. Takes a ball.
It's a really good number he's wearing.
Number 2.
Yeah.
1 for 2 with a run scored last night. Sophomore out of Marion, Iowa. That's hard hit into right. It's deep. Track, wall, gone! A grand slam for Miles Davis. Ha ha! Somebody fire up a saxophone for me.
It's another right-hander going the opposite way, and this one looked just like Drew Dickerson's. I liked him when he wore the number, but I like him more now. Grand slam.
That's the 2nd grand slam of the early season for Oklahoma. Brendan Brock and now Miles Davis. Sooners have put up 10 runs in the 4th and now lead it 19-0. Gerardo Prado now will bat in Jason Walk's spot, and he takes ball 1 inside. It is hard to not be impressed with everything Oklahoma's doing right now through the first 6 games of the season, regardless of opponent. There's a strike called. Prado, 0 for 3 last night and on the season. Saw his first at-bats of the year last night. Hits that one foul the other way. 19-zip, and we're in the 4th, folks. Yes, they are playing under a run rule again today, but that doesn't go into effect until the 7th. High, 2-2. Well, their runs per game average is going to be fine.
Just fine.
It's not going down today. Fly ball, twisting toward the back. Thompson makes a nice play on the edge of the warning track, and that ends the inning. The Sooners scored 10 in the 4th, and as we go to the 5th, it's now 19 Oklahoma. Today's broadcast brought to you by the OU Community Cornerstone Park.
Expertise and personalized service. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, we'll be right there on the field with you. Learn more at StrideBank.com. Stride Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Stride Bank on your team since 1913 with Oklahoma roots and nationwide reach.
Smooth, baby.
Little Miles Davis coming back from the break.
Come on.
Well done. 19-0 Sooners as we go to the fifth. And L.J. Mercurius, first pitch is a strike to Bryce Thompson. Hungry? Head to Brahms after the game for a bacon cheeseburger and milkshake made with Brahms A2 Fresh Milk, proud partner of OU Athletics. Fly ball center field, that's where Deshaun Harris is playing, and he makes the running catch for out number one. We got a lot of new guys in new positions, so here's what it looks like now in the field for OU. Gerardo Prado is in left, Deshaun Harris is in center, and Alec Blair has moved across to right field. On the infield, Miles Davis, who just hit a grand slam, is at third base. Uriah Walters at short, Caden Brumbaugh at second, still Connor Larkin at first, and still Brendan Brock behind the plate. L.J. Mercurius has to get through this inning to pick up the victory, and he's one out deep in the top of the fifth. Ball one to the pinch hitter for Coppin State, or Jordan Treadwell, not a pinch hitter. He came in an inning ago defensively, getting his first at-bat. It's 2-0. Strike called. Where the last couple of days have really been a workout for the scorebook. Treadwell grounds it to second. Brumbaugh's got it. Easy flip for out number two. 2 up, 2 down.
Yeah, just working mostly fastball here in the fifth. Got to think this is LJ's last inning. Pitch count's up to 72. Up 19. Just get him the win.
Emilio Feliciano, leadoff man, takes strike one. He's 0 for 2. Two balls and one strike to Feliciano. As the Shadows have crossed home plate now, start to make their way toward the mound. Pitch is low. It's 3-1. Nobody throwing yet in the Sooner bullpen. Somebody throwing against a wall down there. Grounded to shortstop. There's Walters, and it's a 1-2-3 top of the fifth for LJ. And he's on his way to a 2-0 start to this campaign. We are halfway home, hopefully more than that, on a Saturday. It's 19-0 OU. This is Sooner Baseball from Learfield.
Entrepreneurs and More Norman in South Oklahoma City have an experienced business partner in their neighborhood. More Norman Technology Center's workforce and economic development team understands the challenges entrepreneurs and small businesses face every day. From building an effective business model to hiring the right employees and managing cash flow, More Norman...
Junior Captain, the ultimate fan experience for kids grades 3 through 6. Visit either location in Norman or South OKC for a free consultation. Bottom of the fifth we go. It's all Crimson and Cream again today. They won yesterday 22-1. They have scored now 41 unanswered runs in this series. And the first pitch to Caden Brumbaugh is a called strike. Still Aiden Lopez on the mound. Coppin State scored in the top of the first yesterday, has not scored since. Strike two called, 0-2 to Brumbaugh. Walked and scored first time up in the last inning. And the 0-2 to him is a swing and a miss. So a strikeout to start the fifth, second for Lopez. Sooners sent 13 guys to the plate in that 10-run fourth. Here's Brock. He had a 2-run double in that 10-run fourth. Takes one inside. Hitting .421. Inside. Now 10 runs batted in on the year. 3 of those today for Brendan. 2-0 is outside. 3 balls and no strikes. Again, 11 a.m. tomorrow. That's a change from the original schedule. It's been that way for a while now, but Coppin State's got to catch an airplane, and so we get an early start tomorrow. 10:30 a.m. pregame show. You're going to be here for that, right?
Yeah.
Strike called, 3-1.
8 o'clock sharp.
Go to the early service tomorrow
and
come to the ballpark.
They got a 6 a.m. service, so I'm going to be there.
Little sunrise?
Yes, sir.
Here's the 3-1. Pulled foul. First chance to see Cord Rager in person tomorrow. He was awfully impressive against TCU last week. Fouled back. Did you see Rager pitch?
I didn't. From what I heard, he sounded dominant. If they can find a way to keep this staff, I know it's been 1 week, but if they can find a way, having a left, right, left is so rare. Guys that can just pound the zone and have really good stuff.
Popped up foul.
We're in for an exciting season.
Physically, he looks like, because he's 6'6", 230. Big old country boy. He looks like Peyton Tolley. Remember Peyton Tolley?
Yeah.
Bethany High School product. There's ball 4 to Brendan Brock.
He's a Red Sox now.
Went to Wichita State and then TCU. We thought we were going to get Peyton Tolley. Remember that?
Yeah.
He ended up going to TCU. Yeah, now he's tearing it up for the Red Sox. I think Rager looks like him, and he's a lefty, too. Here's Uriah Walters. The walk by Lopez continues. Spin those free pass numbers as Walters goes around. He walked and scored in his first at-bat in the 4th inning. Walters did. Coppin State now 14 walks issued, and there's a hit batter to add to it as Uriah Walters gets plunked. First one of those we've had. So 14 walks yesterday, 14 walks today. For the Eagles. Desan Harris will be the batter.
Now batting for the Sooners. Right center field, number 17.
I just want to see a lefty hit a homer.
That's all you're asking.
That's all I'm asking.
Let's see if Dash can get into one here. He swung at the first pitch first time up and singled into right.
He hit his first home run against South Carolina last year. I will never forget the way he rounded the bases.
Yeah, it was a big one, and he was 5. He's high. Was that in the finale? I feel like it was in Game 3 on Sunday.
That was on a Saturday.
Saturday
night, yeah.
Here's the 1-0. Again, way high. 2 balls and no strikes.
But you're right. It was a big moment for him in the game and for him. I think it was a slider, too. So it was just kind of everything came together. And he was jumping around, hits first base, jumping up in the air and stuff like that. It was cool to watch.
Head coach Sherman Reed is headed out to the mound, and he went to the umpire first, so I wonder if he's worried about an injury here. He brought the ump with him to the mound to talk to his freshman, Aiden Lopez. And he must have heard something that satisfied him because he's headed back to the dugout. Lopez is going to stay in the game. That was was just an injury check. Sooners have scored in 10 consecutive innings in this series. That's all of them they've played so far. Trying to make it 11 in a row if they can notch a run or 2 or 4 here in the 5th. 2 on, 1 out. 2 balls and no strikes, the count to Harris. And that's outside ball 3. If you're wondering, by the way, the last time Oklahoma scored 20-plus runs in back-to-back games, it's been over 2 decades. There's ball 4, and the bases are loaded now. 2005. Good job by Patrick Dunn, Media Relations Director extraordinaire for the research. March 8th and 9th of 2005 against Arkansas Pine Bluff. They beat them 21-8 and then 20-zip. Oklahoma's 1 run away from pulling that trick here in 2026, 21 years later, as Sherman Reed is out to the mound to make a pitching change, and we'll take it with him. New Eagle on the mound when we come back. It's 19-0 OU here in the bottom of the 5th. Sooners loaded the bases without a hit. Brock walked. Walters hit by a pitch. And Deshaun Harris walked.
It'd be fun to see Blair hit against the lefty. Belo's about 83 to 84.
Here we go. The pitch. Check swing. Called strike. Alec walked with the bases loaded to drive in a run and came around to score last time up. 0 for 3 other than that. Hitting .333 on the year with 6 runs batted in. And certainly add to his RBI total here. The 0-1. High and tight. Those 2 games, by the way, in 2005 when OU scored 21 and 20 in back-to-back games against UAPB were both 9-inning games. Swing and a miss. 1 and 2 to Blair. Pat, by the way, now researching the last time OU scored double-digit runs in the first 6 games of the season. Have to go back a ways for that. Here's the pitch. High, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Brock at third, Walters at second, Harris at first. Left on left matchup. The pitch flared into shallow center field. Hogan going to be cut off, and the ball's dropped by Augusto. And a run will score, and there's 20. Pedro Augusto able to get there, but couldn't hang on. And the Sooners score with a gift.
Fastball in. Blair gets jammed. Augusto's the only one to make that play. The center fielder, Hogan, didn't see it off the bat. He ran a long way to make that play.
So the Sooners have scored 20 runs in back-to-back games for the first time since 2005. And they are not done yet as Drew Dickerson fouls off the first pitch. Bases still loaded, still only 1 out. Dickerson home have committed 5 errors, and now he's hit by a pitch, and that'll score another run. And the Sooner run total matches Dickerson's jersey number. It's 21.
He wears every piece of protective gear he can.
That's why. Second run batted in of the day for Dickerson. Connor Larkin now. Oklahoma has now scored in all 11 innings of this series. Swing and a miss by Larkin. 21 zip. 21 runs on just 10 hits. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Boy, the center fielder is very shallow. Left fielder's pretty shallow too, but Noah Hogan way in on the bottom of the O in the OU logo. Left on left, the 0-2 to Larkin. Grounded to first. It is a foul ball. Sooners 1 in the first, 3 in the second, 5 in the third, 10 in the fourth, and 2 so far in the fifth, but only 1 out. Outside, a ball and 2 strikes. 1998, Blake, the last time OU scored double-digit runs in its first 6 games of the season. It did not in its 7th game that year. So OU could surpass 1998 if they got there tomorrow.
Good job, Pat.
1-2 to Larkin, poked up the middle, stopped by Treadwell at second. They'll flip to second to get Dickerson, but that's it. Harris scores, and it's 22-0 OU. That'll be an RBI for Larkin.
98, I think Brent Bonneau was on that team.
Miles Davis, grand slam last time up. Bats with runners on the corners and 2 outs. And he takes one low. Miles Davis, 2 for 3 on the season with 4 runs batted in. There's a strike, 1-1. Two and 1 the count. You got to give credit, I think, to the OU pitchers the last couple of days. Because of these long offensive innings, I think it would be real easy to be sloppy when you get back on the mound. They've only given up, that's all LJ. Inside, 3 and 1. Yesterday just gave up 1 run on 3 hits. So despite, 15, 20-minute, 30 delays between an opportunity to go to the bump, they've been able to stay sharp.
Yeah, that all goes to Skip, right? Really has the mental aspect, and these guys drilled in their heads.
Fouled off by Davis. Full count.
LJ started off a little bit shaky in the first, but then just found his groove and didn't look back from there.
They've given up 1 run and 4 hits in the 2 games. $18 strikeouts and 3 walks. Here's the payoff. Laced it foul of the netting above the Coppin State dugout. The time of possession is a football stat. It's not a baseball stat, but if it was, Oklahoma has dominated time of possession in the series. I mean, dominated. They've been up to bat 90% of the series, it feels like.
Just running the ball, pounding it down their throat.
That's hit hard toward right center field. Hogan on the run's not going to get there. More runs batted in for Miles Davis. Blair scores. Here comes another runner behind him. It's a 6 RBI day for Miles Davis. Wow.
It's a really good approach against Ortiz. Staying away. That ball was drove to the right center gap. I don't think when he woke up today he's going to have 6 RBIs, but here he is.
2 at-bats. A grand slam and a 2-run double. It's 24-0. Gerardo Prado now back to the top of the order. Check swing. He did not go. It's a ball. The third base position has been incredibly productive for Oklahoma between Camden Johnson and Miles Davis. Outside, something Skip was really happy about last night and will be again today is these guys who have not been in the starting lineup, who have not seen steady playing time early in the season, when given an opportunity, have delivered. Low and away. 3-0 to Prado. Talking about Davis, Dickerson, Desan Harris, Uriah Walters, Caden Brumbaugh, Alec Blair last night. He started today, but didn't last night. Connor Larkin I mentioned. That's the depth. Prado takes ball 4 high. Is that 16?
16.
3 away from tying the all-time OU walks record. Abel Ortiz's first free pass. Runners at first and second for Caden Brumbaugh. 5 runs have scored in the 5th. Brumbaugh struck out to start this inning. Hits that one. Left center field. That's hit well. Augusto and Hogan chasing. Hogan will get there to make the running catch and retire the side. Oklahoma, though, tacks on 5 more. We go to the 6th. 24-0 Sooners in front. This is Sooner baseball from Learfield.
It's not enough to just possess knowledge. That's why at GMC, we seek to refine it, to wield its power and its boundary, while pushing the limits. And we put this knowledge to the test in every GMC Sierra by engineering each one to outperform your expectations. So you know you're getting precision and durability when you need it.
Mid-90s?
Yeah, from the left side, goes fastball, changeup, slider.
Hasn't pitched yet.
Okay. I see you.
Now let's see what Trent Collier is about here. If we can find some more info about him for you. The day is done for L.J. Mercurius, by the way. 5 innings, gives up 1 hit, no runs. Struck out 7, walked 3. He threw 78 pitches, 53 strikes. Swing and a miss by Augusto. Mercurius's updated ERA after today is now 0.87 through 2 starts. That'll play. Swing and a miss. The 0-2 at 94.
That's nice, man. It comes out easy. Dotting it up on the arm side.
6'2", 240 Trent Collier. Fouled back, another fastball. 17 games, 9 starts at Weatherford JC last year. He was 6-1. He had 85 strikeouts in 68 innings.
Is that good?
Second team all conference. Swing and a miss, and he strikes out Augusto. The first batter he faces at OU. 1 out in the 6th.
That was all fastball. Didn't come off at 94. Everything was away from Augusto. Really like this arm.
Noah Hogan, left on left matchup now. Swing and a miss. Hogan a walk and a strikeout today. That one caught the outside corner, 0-2. How'd we get through 5 games without seeing this guy? Looks sharp, doesn't he?
Cowboy method, man.
The 0-2. Got him looking. 94 on the black. Outside corner. 2 outs.
Showing the ability to go both sides of the plate. Normally that glove side's harder to get to. He did it 3 times right there.
Nelson Grajales Vasquez now. The one hit today was a double by Marcus Sanders back in the 3rd inning. Their 9-hole hitter. As a foul ball by Grajales Vasquez. Sooners have not gotten this guy out, though. He's walked twice. 2 of Mercurious's 3 walks. Grounds this one over short. Uriah Walters is there, and it's an easy 1-2-3 inning for Trent Collier in his Sooner debut. Impressive. We head to the bottom of the 6th, 24-zip. Sooners in front. Today's broadcast brought to you by the OU Community Cornerstone Partners of Fowler Auto Group, OG&E, OU Health, and Coca-Cola. The University of Oklahoma Athletics is one with you. This is Sooner Baseball from Learfield.
Welcome back to Kingery Family Stadium. Due up for the Sooners going to be Brock, Walters, and Harris. Brock steps in, 1 for 3 on the day, a double, 3 RBIs, 421 on the year.
First pitch is high and away, ball 1. Despite the lock, Brendan Brock away last night. That one's low, 2-0. So we're at 16 now, right? 3 to tie, 4 for the win today, or in this inning.
Hold. Yep.
There's a strike, 2-1. 1950. Colorado walked OU 19 times in a game. That is the all-time single-game record. Sooners have walked 16 times today, 30 times in the series. Ripped to short, but caught on a line by Feliciano. Nice play for out number 1.
Now back to the center. Right shortstop number 8, Uriah Walters.
Here's Uriah Walters. He has walked and been hit by a pitch and scored twice since coming in. Looks like we got another arm warming in the Sooner bullpen for the 7th, by the way, as Walters dribbles it foul. Nate Smithberg, another lefty, is warming out there. It's another guy we haven't seen yet this year. Walters takes one a bit high and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. OU 1 in the first, 3 in the second. Then they shifted it into overdrive today. 5 in the 3rd, 10 in the 4th, 5 in the 5th. They lead 24-0 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Hammered. Left center field. Up the alley it goes, and that'll get to the wall for extra bases. Walters into second, and he'll stop there with a 1-out standing double. 12th hit of the day for the Sooners. First for Uriah Walters.
It's a really good swing on a fastball middle. Gets the hands inside, rides the barrel all the way to the left center gap.
The 4-hole today for Oklahoma, Willits and Walters, has been on all 6 times. Dasan Harris now. He has singled and walked. Left on left matchup, takes one outside. Smithberg, that's warming up out there in the pen, looks like a side-arming lefty. That one's low, 2-0. By the way, I mentioned this last night, but for those who weren't listening, and for you, Blake, the home bullpen, the one in right field, has 3 mounds. 2 of them are turf. 1 of them is a dirt mound outside. 3-0 to Harris. Supposed to help the Sooners in preparation for when they're headed on the road, for getting used to that. Left field only has the 2 turf mounds, the visiting bullpen.
The old bullpen, did they extend that? I didn't get to go down there. Did they extend that out to more practice?
I haven't poked my nose around down there either, honestly. Let's try to do that before tomorrow's game. See how they've tried to use that extra space down there. 3 balls and a strike to Harris. Strike call. Walters out at second with 1 out. Ortiz to Harris, and he gets a piece to stay alive. Good to see Doc B staying till the end. He doesn't care what the score is. He's here. He lives for Sooner baseball. He's here hours before the game starts, and he's staying till the end, no matter how many times the Sooners walk. And there's 17 of them now. Harris aboard.
I think he holds the record for handshakes and hugs at Kimry Family Stadium.
Yeah. Alec Blair. He's walked, driven in a run, scored a couple. Still looking for his first hit today, though. Another left-on-left situation. Takes it low. 2 on, 1 out. Fouled away. Sooners have still only allowed the 1 home run on the year. And good to see a 0 in the errors column today. That's been a bugaboo the last couple of games. They only had 1 error in the Globe Life event, but they committed 3 against New Mexico State and 2 last night as Blair takes 1 high and in. 3-1, or 2-1. You're looking through the SEC stats. Oklahoma's near the top or at the top in almost everything, pitching and hitting. But in defense, they had committed the 2nd most errors in the league coming into play today. Fly ball into left. Augusto is under it, now charging in. He makes the catch for out number 2. And one more at bat for Drew Dickerson. He homered way back in the 2nd inning. Got a couple of runs batted in this one. Chance for more here. 2 on, 2 out. And he swings and misses at a changeup off the plate. One ball and 1 strike. SEC basketball scores today. Of course, we got OU in action later tonight, but Florida beat Ole Miss 94-75. Men's action. Tennessee won at Vanderbilt today, 69-65. Dickerson grounds one the other way. Fielded by Garcia. He'll step on the bag. And for the first inning this weekend, Coppin State holds Oklahoma without a run. We head to the top of the 7th. Sooners 3 outs away from victory. They lead at 24-0. This is Sooner baseball from Learfield.
Oklahoma, Joseph DeBrown.
3 outs of this one for Oklahoma. First action of the year for the sophomore lefty, 6'2", from Libertyville, Iowa. Indian Hills Community College product. So First time we saw Trent Collier this year in the 6th inning. He was very impressive. And now our first look at another lefty in that Sooner bullpen, Nate Smithburg. And he will start by facing Angel Garcia. Stick around for the postgame show. Blake will get the thoughts of Skip Johnson and our star of the game as the pitch misses low. Smithburg, 6'2", 257. 20 appearances last year. Or last year did not pitch. Must have been injured last year. 2024 at Indian Hills, as it's 2-0. 20 appearances. Had 35 strikeouts in 28 innings. Outside, 3-0. He's got a little bit of a sidearm lefty delivery. Won't see that a lot.
The thing looks like it's coming from first base.
Yeah. Needs to find the strike zone here. The 3-0. That's in there for a strike. 90-mile-an-hour fastball. You could see how if you could get this guy dialed in, boy, he could be a really good left-on-left kind of a matchup late in the game or something. Tough delivery angle. Fouled back. Full count.
Yeah, throws that disappearing fastball. The one that starts at your hip and ends up at your kneecaps.
Yeah, to a lefty?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it starts. He's gone from 3-0 to 3-2. Here he comes. And it's off the foul to stay alive. If you're curious, goes the first 5. Collier the 6th, and now Smithburg the 7th. We are playing under a run rule, so Coppin State needs 15 runs to keep this game going. Another payoff. Got him looking. Strike 3 called. 10 strikeouts for Sooner pitching now today. First for Nate Smithburg. Keenan Harvey will bat. He's 0 for 2 with a couple of punch outs. OU Athletics would like to thank the official Eat, Play, Stay partners. Hal Smith Restaurants. Visit Norman, Cup Bop, Norman NCED, and Midway Deli. Go to Soonersports.com for more information. Foul ball, strike 1 by Harvey. Pitching matchup on Sunday in the finale is lefty Cord Rager for Oklahoma. Jake Cumming will get the start for Coppin State. Foul ball off to our right and over the press box makes it 0-2 to Harvey. Smithburg straightens up, set at the belt. And the lefty kicks and fires. Too far inside. That hit him. First hit batter of the day for Oklahoma pitching, and a 1-out base runner for the Eagles.
Now back to the Eagles. Third baseman number 20, Terrell Milliner.
Terrell Milliner now. His first at-bat of the game. Came in to play third base. Foul ball, strike 1. Update you on some SEC baseball scores here momentarily. Double play would end it here. Sooners don't have one of those today. Line shot. That's a base hit into right. Harvey will stop at second, and the Eagles have 2 on with 1 out on their second hit of the day. Arkansas has beaten Xavier 7-6. Good game in Fayetteville. Kentucky 5-3 winners over Evansville. Ole Miss leading Missouri State 5-3 in the top of the 8th. Texas a winner again today, 3-1 over Michigan State. First pitch to pinch hitter here, Elijah Charlo, is a ball high. First at bat of the season for Charlo, swing and a miss. Senior from Maplewood, New Jersey. Alabama leading Rhode Island 7-5, bottom of the 8th. That's the first of Lucid today. Still leading Texas A&M 1-0 in the bottom of the 9th. Game 1 last night, A&M won 1-0. They've had 2 big-time pitchers duels. The 2-1, swing and a miss. Vandy tops Marist 12-1. Tennessee trailing Kent State at home 2-1 in the top of the 6th. And Auburn trailing Florida State 4-2 in the bottom of the 4th in Arlington. Strike 3 called, and there's 2 outs. Second strikeout for Smithburg, and the Sooners are 1 out away now from win number 6. It'll be Jordan Treadwell, 0 for 1. One other update, Florida out to an early 2-0 lead over Kennesaw State, bottom of the 1st in Gainesville. Here it's 24-0 OU. Looking for back-to-back run rule victories and their 3rd in the first 6 games of the season. And the first pitch misses low and away. Sooners have scored double-digit runs in the first 6 games of the year for the first time since 1998. They've scored 20-plus runs in back-to-back games for the first time since 2005. Foul ball out of play makes it 1-1. They have hit their 2nd grand slam of the year today. This one coming from Miles Davis. Here's the 1-1. Chop foul at the plate, 1-2. Smithburg trying to strike out the side. Here's the pitch, and it hangs high. 11 a.m. the finale tomorrow. We'll be on the air with you. Pre-game coverage starting at 10:30. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. The pitch, upstairs, full count. Nope. Smithburg also trying to preserve a shutout here. The runners will get a head start now with 2 outs in the inning. Base hit to the outfield will spoil that. Here's the payoff. Grounded to 3rd. Backhand stop by Davis. He'll step on the bag. Win column Sooners. Game over. Oklahoma's 6-0.